they're really good. Obviously, they recruit the top players in the country, and they started out strong and had a 3-game losing streak, and everybody got on them, and they only win 10 games a year every year, so they get mad at them for winning 8. No, they're explosive. Obviously, great running back, great offensive line, great receivers. We got our hands full, and I'm sure they're licking their chops, looking at our video, waiting to run us over. So we got our work cut out for us. We'll keep grinding here. I think we had 18 days left for the game to get ready and keep getting better each day. And our kids are excited, so we'll go down there and fight and do the best we can.
Tiger fans groan about the Les Miles playbook, but I think if you look into it, you see number 5 coming around on an end around, takes it to the house against A&M. They put some wrinkles together. Is that kind of what you see, and maybe some explosiveness that isn't their reputation?
Well, they do a good job. The problem is they have so many highly recruited kids, highly recruited skilled kids, that they have to give them all opportunities to touch the football. And a lot of times as a coordinator, you understand, within the flow of the game, you might not be able to get those guys the ball as much as they want, and I think they have a little bit of that on their team. Obviously, Fournette's, if not the best running back in the country, one of them. 5, obviously, he's a freak too, and he barely gets to touch the ball. So, and their wide receivers are as good as anybody we faced this year. So, you know what? We got our hands full. I say it every week, and we just got to try to improve between now and then, or we'll be in trouble.
Is there an opponent already that you've maybe faced that looks somewhat similar, that shows some of the same things, or is this a completely different animal?
I think they're better than most of the teams we played this year. For whatever reason, they just haven't clicked, but it also has to do with the style of play. SEC football is a little bit different. They protect their defenses a little bit more than Big 12 offenses do. So they moan and groan and complain, and they're 8-3, probably 20-point favorites to win the bowl game. So, we're worried about Texas Tech. We're just going to try to get better and keep grinding, keep working, and see what happens.
What have you liked most about the first 2 practices back?
Kids are excited. I think anytime the thing you forget is you have 18 to 22-year-old kids that have practiced and played. What did we play? 12 games in a row, and so they get a week or 2 off, and they're rejuvenated. Young people can come back quicker than old people can. So they're excited to play football and practice football again. Whereas truth is, about halfway through the season, most college kids are tired of practicing. They just want to play, not realizing that you got to keep practicing to get better. So it'll be good for us. I think you'll see some improvement between now and time for us to play LSU.
Coach, I've seen some of their practices, and they're basically artists at holding without getting called for it. Is that something that you can prepare for, or you prepare your guys for?
I hope they hold us. Most of the time, we're not good enough to get close to getting held. So, we're going to work on our techniques, our fundamentals, our schemes, and we can't. The truth is, we can't worry about who we're playing. Obviously, we're overmatched defensively. We just got to give Cliff and our offense a chance to win the game at the end. That's our goal.
Does it help any going up against a team that most figures predominantly going to run the ball, that you faced a lot of teams that going into the game you figured they'd have a similar game plan?
That sounds good, except we still haven't stopped the team from running the ball. So usually you get better at something as the course of the year goes on, and we show spurts where we can do it, and then we go back to our old ways. So hopefully we can maintain, and we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop LSU from running the ball. We got to slow them down again, get a couple turnovers, make them kick a couple field goals, and give our offense a chance to win the game at the end.
What's your time frame for getting defensive staff guys hired?
Our main focus right now is these bowl practices and getting these guys ready, as well as recruiting. We've been out recruiting. We flew out recruiting out to practice last night. We'll fly out again tonight, go recruit some more. It's just hard to do everything at once. So the timetable, Cliff and I will sit down and figure that out. We're talking to people, but our main goal right now is to make sure these kids have a good bowl experience. They've earned it, and our job is to coach them up and get them ready.
Would it be correct to assume that some, if not all, of the people that you're thinking about are going through bowl practices of their own?
Not all of them, but some of them are. It's the nature of this business. It's a crazy business. Change happens. People like to speculate on what happens, what doesn't happen. You know what? We made some changes, or everybody wants to say I made changes. Those changes came from the head football coach, and you know what? We're gonna work our best and try to get some good football coaches. But I'll say something. All three of the guys that Coach Haverty, Coach Smith, Coach Curtis, great men, great Red Raiders, great recruiters. I did everything. I mean, it is what it is, but they know we did everything we could do to get this thing corrected in 1 year, and I was shocked we couldn't. And when you don't get something corrected, change happens. It's part of the business.
Coach, you preach turnovers, and that's been a big part about getting that ball back to your offense. With a guy like Fournette, do you almost just let's just go for the leg, let's just try and get him down? I mean,
you better try to make sure he doesn't just run you over and hurt you first, and then you worry about tackling him. Yeah, the thought of trying to strip the ball from that guy is you're crazy, and I don't think our kids will have that problem. Just watch the video. I mean, he's amazing, and it goes back to the same thing I say every week. I don't know why you just hand him the ball every play, because he's that good, and they're that good up front. That's the thing. Their offensive line is really good, and everybody talks about the running back, and it's a double-edged sword there. So we'll see what happens.